What is up, rock stars? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Naty Rocke, and today is a really big day. It is the 150 subscriber special episode, and it is my 100th video on this channel, which is absolutely insane, and I'm so excited. And I thought, what better way to celebrate than to bring you some extra special news out of Shanghai Disneyland. Videos. That's crazy. That is a lot of things. I still have at least 50 videos in the works for you guys right now, so that's insane. And we've hit 150 subscribers. Actually, I'm a little late to it when I'm recording right now, and we're actually at 157, which is absolutely fantastic, and I feel so lucky to be on here and have made so many friends and just to have a place to hang out and be myself. So thank you guys. I have a few other announcements to go along with this. One of them being I finally have my own website with my own domain and everything. It is completely set up, and that is www.natyrocke.com. I am so excited about it. I have been writing plenty of articles for you guys over on my website all about lifestyle and travel and self-love and beauty and all kinds of different things, so I really would love for you guys to go check me out there. And like I said, I wanted to do something really happy and something a little bit different, but also stays true to my roots a little bit. In case you don't know, even though this is my main channel, I don't really talk about it. I actually have a second channel called The Universal Eye, and I do all kinds of Universal Studios news. I've just been really ramping things up over there a lot lately, and it's been really fun. And I have really been wanting to do Disney news for a while now, and I also wanted to announce that I'm setting the goal that as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be putting out the Disney Eye. I know, I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait for that to happen, so it's all just up to you guys and seeing how well everything goes over on the Universal Eye. Once we hit that 1,000, then it'll be going. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I have a lot of notes on what is going on over in Shanghai Disneyland, and they are officially the very first theme park to be reopening, at least the big name theme parks. The very first one is Shanghai Disneyland, and everybody is really excited, but I'm sure probably very nervous. And the official opening date is May 11th. That's only a few days away, and it's actually the same day that Universal will be opening back up City Walk, which is crazy. And I have a video over on my Universal Eye channel all about City Walk reopening. It's a soft reopening, but this is not as much. There's a lot of stuff that we need to cover. What are the procedures going to be like? And I think this is going to be a really interesting, important subject to study right now, and to see how this goes as really kind of a landmark case in a sense, or a landmark case study into what's going to happen and how things will continue on or change with regards to the US-based theme parks and theme parks around the world, especially when this is coming kind of from ground zero for this pandemic. China was the beginning, so it's really nerve-wracking to have such a dense population as Shanghai and so many people going in there at the same time, but they are doing certain procedures and precautions, so let's get into that. So as I said, they will be reopening with what they're calling a controlled capacity on May 11th. Their usual capacity is 80,000 people, but the Chinese government is stating that they have to work at 30% capacity maximum, and that would be 24,000. The reason that they have decided to reopen is that they've actually had certain properties in Shanghai already open since early March. Disneytown, Wishing Star Park, and the Disneyland Hotel, all in Shanghai, have been open. In case you're wondering, Disneytown is their answer to Downtown Disney, basically. It's just like a shopping area. Wishing Star Park is basically just a large park. There's a lake and all sorts of kind of recreational activities like that. And of course, Disneyland Hotel, it's a hotel. So it's been running for quite some time now while everything's really been shut down in the US. I feel like everything's kind of going the opposite in a sense right now. So it's really interesting and nerve-wracking to see how this is gonna go. They've been putting over procedures over there, and they're going to be putting those procedures into the park. And this is what the officials over in Shanghai have been stating. Quote, "During this initial response phase, the park will institute new measures and procedures, including opening with limited attendance and requiring advanced ticketing and reservations, accommodating social distancing in queues, restaurants, ride vehicles, and other facilities throughout the park, and implementing increased frequency of sanitation and disinfection." End quote. So what this means for the park is there will be a 6 feet apart distance rule in lines and queues, just like has been projected over in the parks in Florida. All guests will be required to wear masks. Character meet and greets really won't be happening in the same way to afford for the distancing. Patrons will only be allowed to not have their masks on while dining, and the attendance will be very, very controlled. There will only be a limited amount of tickets sold per day, and they will be dated tickets. Parades and nighttime spectaculars will be cancelled. They will not be coming back anytime soon. They've also stated that, quote, "On May 11th, the majority of Shanghai Disneyland's attractions, rides, some shows, and shopping and dining locations will resume operations with controlled attendance. Some interactive attractions and experiences such as children play areas and theater shows will remain closed. Guests can check the availability of attractions and entertainment through the resort's official website and app." They have also stated that sanitation measures will be increased and hand sanitizers will be available at attractions, stores, and restaurants. There are also quite a few regulations and rules for attending the park. Number 1, you must purchase your ticket ahead, and it must be a dated ticket. Number 5, you will undergo a temperature check upon arrival, and I have a feeling that that is going to go hand in hand with the QR code situation that they're doing. I think that it's going to be directly linked to each patron and with all of their stats on everything, and I think that this is really going to be the way that all of the theme parks are going to go. I think it's a really smart idea. And number 6, you must wear an approved mask during your entire visit, except for during dining, which I stated before. So definitely quite a few things to keep in mind. It is really up to the patrons to see if they think that it's really a good idea to be doing this in the first place. So we'll see how that all goes. At this point, Disney is really scrambling right now to try to be able to accommodate guests and try to make some money while staying safe and making sure that everybody is okay. It's really a massive undertaking, and luckily Shanghai isn't their largest park, so hopefully it'll be a good test run for everything and to see how well this will all work. I am surprised there's nothing in here about having to sign a waiver as projected before. I think that there probably is some kind of something that you agree to, some kind of terms and conditions that you agree to when you buy the ticket, and that's why the waiver thing isn't kind of popping up right now. Which is probably smart for them to just kind of like sneak it in there so people don't start making a fuss about it. I don't know, I haven't looked at any terms and conditions, so that's just an idea of what could potentially be happening. Again, I don't know, I'm not claiming anything. I think Disney is also scrambling because in their earnings call for the past quarter, they actually took $1 billion hit and are projected to take another $1.4 billion hit this quarter, which is really, it's a lot of money to be losing. Disney also seems to be working with the idea of virtual queues, which is interesting because it's something that Universal has already worked on in the past and has implemented in their parks. And I personally experienced them, and I think that they're actually fabulous. So that's the whole tea and nothing but the tea about what's going on over in Shanghai. I think it's a really big deal that this is happening, and not only for like the theme park community and the people who are in like the travel community and who want to travel, but the world at large. It's really going to signify a change and major turn in the way that we do things, along with a lot of things that have been happening obviously, but when there's like these very physical checks and safety procedures that are going to be going on in a certain location for the general public, I think is really going to be something interesting to look at and something that we're really gonna have to look at to see what is gonna be kind of the new normal. I also really hope that as much as they are stressing the safety aspect, that really does come into play, and that they are scrubbing things down very consistently, that they are ensuring that everybody's sanitizing, that people are actually wearing their masks properly. I think it's also really concerning because there is a lot of sanitation issues already when it comes to the Shanghai park, let's say. Yeah, there's been some sanitation issues when it comes to the Shanghai Disneyland park. It's not really the fault of the employees. But yeah, so I think it's going to be really interesting and difficult because how are you going to control 24,000 people from not doing the wrong thing? And I really hope that the employees take things seriously and that the visitors take things seriously, and that if somebody tries to do something, especially on purpose, that is unsanitary, that they are immediately kicked out and banned. I think this is not the time to be playing around. This is not the time to be letting things slip by. If people aren't wearing their mask properly, that's one thing, but there are some people who are on purpose going into places and trying to get people sick. So I really hope that if that's the case with some of the people who might be visiting, or people who are being like blatantly just unsanitary, that they get kicked out, because we cannot afford for any more people to get sick. You know, this is a very serious issue, and people really need to realize that they are not the only people in the world. You're not the only person in the world. Your actions have consequences, and you should not get joy from harming other people. But like, you know, you would think that was common sense. But anyways, yeah, that's the tea, and that is my thoughts. I'm nervous to see what's gonna happen, and I hope people really abide by what's going on. I really would love to hear what you guys think about everything, and if you think that this is the right idea, if it's the wrong idea, if it's the right time, if it's the wrong time, if you think that, like, if people are really gonna stand by the guidelines and actually follow what they need to be doing. I don't know, people are gonna do whatever they want to do, so it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for 150 subscribers. This is amazing. Please check out my Universal Eye channel if you haven't already. I would really love to see you guys over there. And if you're not subscribed here, which a majority of the people who watch me aren't subscribed, please subscribe. It really means a lot and helps me keep going, along with any tips that you might have is a really big way that it helps me keep going over on the Universal Eye channel. So if you have any tips over there, please let me know. And again, here we go, road to 1,000. I can't wait for the day that we hit that number together and we can start the Disney Eye. It's been a very long 3 years. 3 years, 1 month, and a handful of days. It's still just been an amazing ride, and thank you guys for hanging out with me and sticking around. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you, and if you're new here, also thank you very much. It really means a lot to see you guys on here. It really means a lot to be able to interact with you guys in the comments and on other platforms as well. It's really amazing to feel the sense of community on here and to know that there are still good people out there. So anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this Shanghai Disneyland update and my 150 subscriber special / my 100th episode special. I really enjoyed this, and I hope you did too. And until next time, bye guys.